Okay, so this is the DS-75i. This one's a little bit different because it's got kind of what we call the high capacity deep hole stacker. So it's a 2-feeder model, this one, because you've got the high capacity, it's taken up an extra room, but you can get a lot more sheets in the feed hopper itself. So in the feed hopper over here, you can get 725 sheets, like A4 sheets. And then you've got the normal common stacker at the end, which has got 325. This you can kind of put your inserts in, or a second sheet, or kind of like a business reply envelope, etc. on this feeder here. So this is your high capacity one, a deep hole one, so you get less filling basically. If you've got kind of sheets coming off the printer pre-collated, like page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, page 6, etc., it's ideal for having this stacker on the end of it here. This one has also has got what's OCR, optimal character reading. We go through that at the end of the video, what that is. You might need it, you might not. Also on this one, it's got the high capacity envelope stacker. So on this one, you can get about 500 envelopes, and the usual little stacker that usually comes out here, you get only about 125 envelopes on it. On this one, it's got the bigger hopper, so you can get about 500 C5s in there, half folded, or you can get your DLs in there, and you can get about 325 envelopes as it comes out the hopper. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're just going to do a simple job. So on this say this one's got a 2-feeder. So we're just going to do a sheet from this one, which is kind of like a cover letter, and then we're going to insert a little flyer from this feeder from here. Quite simple. Once all the other ones, like a little wizard guide to kind of guide you along, basically, to set up the job. Quite simple. We put our envelopes in here. So this envelope here, what we've got is we've got a C5 and a C5 plus, so it's slightly wider, so we can kind of get the paper to go actually in the envelope. And we've got gum zip because it's going to seal it. There's a wetting solution that's just in here, and that will seal it as it goes through and lick the envelope as well. So this will do a DL or a C5 plus, both are plus. It's a little bit wider just to kind of give that little bit of movement as it goes through into the machine. Pretty simple once again to set up. So what we'll do, we will go over to our, we go to our jobs list, so you can set all your different jobs if you want to, or we can just create a new job. So we create a new job, we're going to press automatic. Okay, and then the machine basically runs it as a wizard, basically. You put your sheets in, the feeder, you put your envelope, it'll work out the size of your where the fold is because of what envelope that you put in. So we put a C5, so we're only going to do one fold into that envelope. So we press test, or a sample one. So it'll pull the paper from here, you just see it go through there, pull the envelope from here, and then it will come up on the hopper outside the hopper here. So we can see that that's coming out of our hopper. Nice and simple. Won't seal the first one just to make sure that everything's okay. You're happy with it, so we've got one sheet, and then we've got our little kind of a little flyer, etc. that goes inside there. Once we're happy with it, we can press OK, run the job, press start. If we're not happy about it, if we wanted to kind of move the address position up slightly or adjust the fold, it's quite a simple process. We would just press no on the screen that it's not okay. Is the mail set okay? No. Okay. Is the address position covered? We just say yes, and then we can move the address position depending on where we want that address position, up or down. We can press test if we want. Once we're happy, we can press OK, and then we can just press start to run the actual job. Okay, and then press start. So you can one sheet from this one, one sheet from this one, collate it down a bit, and then it happens to hopper out this side. Stop that. So once all the hopper runs out, if any of the hoppers runs out, it will just stop automatically. Same as the envelope stack. If that runs out, it will just stop automatically. So if you are away and you leave the machine, it will just stop, and then you just refill where you need to. So with our two hoppers here, you can kind of mix and match. So you don't have to have the hopper working here. You can just switch that one off and just have one sheet from the top. Or if it comes off the printer pre-collated, so page 1, page 2, page 1, page 2, page 1, page 2, you can have it come off, say I want to do 2 from this one. Or you can want to say I want 3 from this one, or 4 from this one. And then if you want to send like a little return flyer, a little postcard, I want 1 from this one, etc. So you can kind of, it's quite versatile. You can mix and match between the two of them. All right, so that's quite a simple setting to change on the screen as well. At the moment, you can just see on here it's just saying 1 times for the top feeder, 1 times for this one. So what we would do, we just edit it in the menu, edit the job, and then we go into the documents itself. So if we wanted to pick on that one, then we can just change the number of sheets. We want 2 from that one, all right, or we want 3 from that top feeder, or 4 from, or 5, or 6, or 7, or 8. Right, then we can press it. So once we're happy with it, we can select the folds that we want. And then you can see now we've got 8 at the top, 8 from the top feeder and 1 from this feeder here. All right, so same as the envelopes as well. So if you wanted to put your DL ones in, you should put your DL envelopes in there. It will measure the size of the DL. And yeah, we'll go from there. So we will talk about on this one comes with the OCR, so optimal character recognition. Really simple, quite a simple process once again. So OCR is optimal character recognition. So what this part is gonna, as it scans through the sheet, it recognizes characters. So what it's looking for on here, you can see we've got 1 or 2 sheets. So what it's looking for is it's looking for the end of that set. Okay, so when it sees a matching or equal number, so we've got 2 or 2, so then the machine reads it and says, okay, that's the end of that set, so now I need to put that into the envelope. So on this next batch, we've just got 1 of 1, so that's just going to put 1 letter into the envelope. And then the next one will be, just put them down 2 seconds. So this one's 1 of 5, so it will collate all the sheets together until it sees the number 5. And also if you're kind of if it's kind of there's made a mistake or the printer's missed a page, etc., it will stop it automatically. So if there's if it doesn't see the sequence there, it will stop automatically and flag that up for you. So it's quite a simple basic package you can put on your Word to print in your footer basically. So that's all it's looking for. So that's called optimal mark recognition. All right, and that's what that's looking for. So to set up the job, once again, really simple. I'll show you that one. Okay, so we're just going to set that job up. So we click into our job here. So you can see at the moment we've got OCR at the top here. Okay, when we edit that, just a case of setting up a custom job. So we go into custom job. Okay, and then we want to go to reading. Okay, so here we're selecting OCR. Drop down. Sometimes you've got other software programs on here, barcode reading, etc., and optical mark recognition, OMR on there. This one's quite a simple way of doing it actually, rather than having to have software. You can kind of do it quite in just in Word program basically. It's not, you don't need a big software package to do this. So on this one, you're just telling it where the measurements, where to look for on the sheet of paper for the numbers, basically the characters. So once we've worked out where our measurements is, we can just press OK, and then press OK. And then on this one, we're going to put an insert like a flyer with it. So you could kind of have a little return sender envelope if you wanted to go with this one, or a little flyer. And we're just going to have an A4 flyer on this one. And then we're going to do it into a half fold. Okay, so you can see at the moment we've got OCR, so it hasn't got any sheets because it'd be dependent on how many per sheet that it scans for, and then we've just got an insert as well for it. So I'll just come back here, press start. You can see it's scanning for them. Last of the set, insert, first one. So we've got on the first one, it's just like going to be page 1, page 2, page 3, and then we've put an insert on this sheet. So this one, we're just going to do like an insert, an A4 flyer into it that we folded. If you want to have like a return sender envelope, you can put it in there, or a little flyer, or even something like an an A5 postcard. Doesn't need to be folded. It will still put that in, collate it with the pages together and put it into the envelope as well. Just won't fold it. But yeah, on this one, we're going to have an A4 insert on this one, which will get folded and collated with the different amounts of sets from the top one, basically. All right, so we'll press start. So this one's page 3, so it's just page 1, page 2, page 3, then an insert, and then send it through to the machine to get stuffed. So this one's page 1 of 1, so this one's page 2 of 2. The next one that's coming up is page 5, up to 5 pages. And then in an insert, and off it goes. So you can see we've got all our different sets in here. So it's sealed it. Okay, so you can see that's page 1 of 1, etc, etc, etc. Just stop the machine so you can hear me. So this one's just 1 page because it's 1 of 1. So it's just done on one page, and it's put an insert in there with it. And then the next one will be this one's got 5 sheets in it, 5 letters plus our insert in this one here as well. So it's just read it down to 5 of 5 on there, and then it knows to insert it into the envelope. All right, so that's optimal character recognition. So you might not need that. This machine's just kind of designed, has got that software on there. So if you don't really need that, there you can just have the standard model with the different attachments if need be. You can have 3 feeders. You don't need to have the big high capacity feeder if you don't need to. We do 3 feeder ones that've got the smaller capacity. Same on the exit hopper as well. You don't have to have the larger stacker in here. You can go with just the basic stacker. If there's any other questions that you want, all our details are in the description below, and then if you have a little look at all our other videos, there's loads more. If you need different spec up machine, or if you've got any questions, then feel free to let us know.